You will be so excited and so thankful you hopped on this Zoom tonight. So you still have a minute, text 1 or 2 or 5 more friends, because the biggest thing I hear after Zooms is I wish I would have had more people on it, right? Because everybody wants to hear it, be around the fire, hear these incredible testimonies, and find out how to get started. So we're going to get going here in just a minute. Yes, Onyx, I love it. How are you, beautiful?
I'm beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So we are at 8 o'clock. Shall we get started?
Let's go, baby.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Tonight you are been invited to an amazing opportunity meeting. It's going to be led tonight by Senior Presidential Director Renita and myself, Onyx Cole. Whoever invited you to tonight's Zoom will be your sponsor. We're going to have a lot of fun. You're going to share a lot of information. And we're really glad that you're here. Exactly like Renita said, if you've got some other friends that you want to jump on, text them and tell them it's just getting started. Right. So we're going to turn it over to Renita. Renita's going to lead it for a little while and then come back over. I'm going to talk to you about corporate's got some huge promotions going this week. And then the Quantum Field organization, which is the fastest growing team in the LifeWave company, has also got an amazing promotion that we're running. So we're going to talk a little bit about that at the end of tonight. But tonight we're going to talk about an amazing patch. It's called the X39. It is a stem cell activation patch, and nothing passes through the skin. It's actually a photobiomodulation patch. So that is a really big word for light therapy. And it works a lot like the sun. All of us know that when you stand in the sun and the sunlight sends a frequency to your skin, it tells the skin to make vitamin D. Well, this amazing patch works the same kind of way. This technology is fantastic. So what happens is when you put this patch on, it tells the skin, it sends a frequency to the skin that tells the skin to activate GHK copper peptide. And if you don't know what that is, which I didn't know when I started, I Googled it. You're welcome to Google it. You can also write down this website. It's called X39.com. You can go right to that site. You can read more about the X39. You can read more about photobiomodulation. You can learn about the science. You can learn about the patents. This company, David Schmidt, has got more than 120 patents already. It's like amazing. More than 80 scientific studies. And I love what Steve Merritt always says, who do you know that has 2 patents? And I'm like, I don't know anybody with 2 patents. He's so right. So you're in the right place at the right time. You wear this patch for 12 hours on, take it off, throw it away, rest and rejuvenate for 12 hours, and then put a new patch on. I personally put my patches right next to my toothbrush. When I brush my teeth in the morning, I put my patch on. When I brush my teeth at night, I take my patch off, I throw it away, I rest and rejuvenate, and I put a new patch on the following day. So don't let the tiny little size of this amazing little patch fool you. You're going to hear some amazing testimonials tonight, and you're going to see some amazing testimonials in your own life. For myself, what I noticed, and I've been using this product probably longer than anybody else on the call. I've been using this patch for about 3.5 years. This product, X39, took David Schmidt, who is the founder and the owner and the CEO of LifeWave. It took him 10 years of research and development to bring this patch to market, and $4.5 million. It was launched in January of 2019. This is a 19-year-old company. They did approximately $20 million a year for the first, let's say, 15, 16 years before X39 was launched. X39 was launched in January of 19. I joined the last day of July of 19, and we finished 2019 at $70 million. We finished 2020 through the pandemic at $140 million. Awesome. We finished 2022 at $280 million. And I don't have the numbers yet for 2023, but my guess is we're going to be between $320 and $340 million. I do know that we finished the month of November, at $30 million in sales. We are legally open in approximately 80 countries, which means if you've got friends or family in Asia or in Europe or in Mexico or some of the other countries that we're open in, You can build a business there. I tell everyone to focus in your hometown first. In the month of November, if $30 million in sales was done by the global company, my estimate is $10 million of that sales was actually done in the United States. And this team, the Quantum Field X39 team, makes up more than 60% of corporate's total United States sales. So you're in the right place at the right time with the right opportunity. So I'm really, really glad that you're here. All right, Renita, I'll be quiet and let you talk. I know you can talk just as much as me.
Oh, I was going to say, you forgot with the right people, Onyx, because we're definitely with the right people. I mean, we have a spectacular, incredible, life-altering product, but we need the right people to get out there and be sharing with others. And it's interesting,
And the right
Onyx,
system.
And the right system.
Yes,
and the right
correct.
system, because if we don't have a system, nothing is changing. No one knows how to share this opportunity. So just a little bit about how I got started. Onyx actually had sent me a beautiful sleeve of these patches 2 years ago. And Onyx, you know, it's kind of one of those things when the student is ready, the teacher appears. I wasn't quite ready. I wasn't ready, Onyx. You know, when you sent it to me, I was just kind of on the beginning of understanding light therapy. You know, we have a red light panel in our house. I know that you have a red light bed.
Yes,
we have a laser for pain management. We have all kinds of like laser or light type things. So I understood it, but it was only 2 years later in a crisis situation where a friend of mine sent me some patches because she had heard that my mother suffered with Parkinson's. And so she sent me these patches. She's been a nurse for 25 years. By the way, we have a ton of health professionals coming into this team, doctors, nurses, oral surgeons, chiropractors, just you name it. I mean, in 1 week, last week, I had 23 Zoom meetings with doctors. So we have so many health professionals that are seeing the value in photobiomodulation, and they can't deny what it's doing for their patients and their clients. And so it's been so much fun. But my friend Doris sent me the patch for my mother, and she didn't send it in this beautiful envelope, Onyx. She sent it in a baggie. So I didn't even know what it was. It was just a baggie. Right. And she told me to put this patch on my mom. And so my mom started wearing the patch 12 hours on, 12 hours off. And on the 11th day, I walked into my mom and dad's house, and it was about 8:30 in the morning. And typically with my mom with that Parkinson's, a lot of times they're kind of slow moving in the morning, right? And so she would use that walker until about 11 most days. And I walked in at 8:30 a.m. and there was cute Pearl walking out with her cute polka dot pajamas on. And she said, "Hey, Nita, do you want me to make you some breakfast?" And I'm thinking, who are you? Like, what's going on here? And I said, "Mom, where's the walker?" She said, "Oh, I don't need it. It's in the bedroom." And I'm thinking, since when don't you need the walker? Like, when did this happen? And I looked at my dad, and my dad at the time had been dealing with some really horrific legs. They were very edemic and very swollen, and they were oozing. And we actually had been to 12 different doctors, spent a ton of money, time, energy, and tears. And his legs were just like oozing all day long, and edemic and just awful. Like they itched him terribly. Long story short, I said, "Dad, let's put one of these patches on your neck. Get over here." And my dad goes, "I thought they were for Parkinson's." I said, "I don't know what they're for, but if it did that to mom, it's got to do something for your legs, right?" And my dad was actually a one patch miracle, Onyx. And so we put it on my dad. And the next morning I came back to the house, and Scott and I were chomping at the bit to see what had happened. And my dad was a Marine, just a, feisty guy. And he opens the front door, and I immediately looked down at his legs, and the chicken legs were back. Like there was no more oozing, there was no more swelling. And he said, as he walked away, "Looks like that patch worked." And I'm thinking, we've spent the last 6 months in doctor's appointments, and we put this patch on you, and that just happened. What's going on? And that's Onyx. That literally has been the game changer for me. Seeing my aging parents, I didn't have to have a personal result. I'm not the person that says, "I got to wait to have a result to sell this thing." When I saw what it did to my mom and dad, 80 years old and 76, I was all in. I was like, holy cow. Yeah.
Let's be honest. It's not the patch that's healing everybody. It's the body that's healing yourself.
Let's say
God
the patch
made your
doesn't
bodies
treat,
to heal yourself. Doesn't treat, doesn't cure, doesn't heal anything. Your body is actually healing yourself. And remember, just because Renita's parents had that result, that doesn't mean you or your parents will have the exact same result. We are all different. I like to say that we all have our own little black box. And the beautiful thing about stem cells, so when you learn about GHK, you're going to learn that it resets 3,000 to 4,000 of your genes to a younger, more youthful state, and it activates your body's own stem cells. But the beautiful thing about stem cells is your black box in your body knows what your body needs. And it's going to be, Renita's body's needs is different than what my body's need, is different than what Steve and Gina's bodies need, different than what Renita's parents need. And your stem cells are going to go after your weakest link first. So even though you might have something going on, it might have on the outside that you know about, there might be something internal that's far more important that your stem cells are going to go after first. So I've been here for 3.5 years. I've been wearing this product 12 hours on, 12 hours off for 3.5 years. And I can tell you, I've never felt anything, but I had huge shifts, not just in my sleep, not just in my age spots, but I'm sure many of you have heard my story about my gums, which is totally different. So, and I have the maps to show the pockets in my gums that were there prior to using X39. After using X39 for 1 year, the periodontal dentist mapped my pockets in my gums and said, Onyx, what's going on? And I said, what do you mean? And he said, 75% of your pockets are gone. Now, I didn't feel my pockets healing myself. I didn't feel my hair growing. I didn't feel my age spots going away. And so I never felt anything with this product. But I don't feel anything when I take vitamin C either. And I take vitamin C because I know that it's good for me. But I notice with this product, the absence of things. So some of you will feel things. Some of you will be like Renita's dad. That'll be a one patch wonder. Others of you, it'll take a little longer. Who cares? You know, I'm 56 years old. I've been living a riotous life for 56 years. And my body actually has now what it needs so my body can repair itself. What a blessing. And talk about affordable. You can do it for $99 a month. I mean, who can't afford that? It's absolutely fantastic to be able to shift your life and shift the life of your parents, your children, your friends, your family, the people around you. What an amazing product. What amazing opportunity.
I love it, Onyx. You know, I get people saying my body's a healing machine. My body's a healing machine. And I'm going to have a guest on here in just a minute. We're going to bring her out. We're going to bring out the gates right now. We're going to have a testimony right now because she's so incredible. Her name is Christy Bennisburn. We call her Mama Kissy. And Mama Kissy, Christy Bennisburn, had a remarkable transformation with this. And I'm going to let her share the story, but I actually, let me see if I can stop the share. And then I want to screen share again, because I want to show you a little bit about how Mama Kissy, that's what they call her, is Mama Kissy. Hang on, Mama Kissy. I'm going to show you how Mama Kissy, where she was at and where she was at when she started. So this woman had battled with systemic lupus. Maybe many of you know what that is. It's an autoimmune condition. And she had battled with that for, I think, about 15 years. She'll share this part. And then she got in a terrible auto accident. So from bad to worse, right? She couldn't walk. She was really debilitated. So I'm going to screen share real quick. And I want to show you kind of how fast Mama Kissy turned this thing around. You guys are not even going to believe what I'm showing you right now. It is so amazing. Are you guys ready? Hang on a second. Ready. This is how she started. I'm just going to play seconds of it. Ready? Husband was hearing.
There I am. Gotta take my trip down the hallway.
Debilitated, guys. Next one. Got on the patch. Her doctor actually told her not to. Her doctor suggested she don't do it. And she was on 9 medications at the time. And she'll tell you this part and what she told her doctor. And then this was after.
So just start.
About a week.
Take a little video.
She's walking.
Walking down the hallway.
Walking down the hallway.
Turning around.
Turning around. She's doing. Okay. Then we went to this, and I won't play much of it because I don't want the audio to get shut down. You get the point, though, guys. Look at her come down the hallway there. She's got the boots on and the hat. And then this was my favorite one, Mama.
Going?
Yeah.
She's doing
Working that back fat.
working the back fat.
Got my weights on.
This is the woman who could barely walk.
This is what I do on my home stretch from my walk.
Yep.
Got my photographer with me today.
Yep. And here we go in North Dakota for all you Southerners. Watch this.
X39, baby!
So without further do, I want to bring on Mama Kissy. She is a blessing. Kristen, tell us.
Hey, can you hear me all right?
We can hear you
Yes, we
perfect.
can.
All right. This is amazing. I'm so happy to be here.
Thanks for hopping on with us.
You're welcome. So
Tell us
I'm
the
just gonna
journey.
start-
Tell us the journey, and you got started. Who gave you the patches? How did it happen?
Okay. Well, actually I was diagnosed with lupus about 20 years ago. It's systemic lupus, messes with your organs, pretty much everything. Good way to explain lupus is you're pretty much allergic to yourself. Your body doesn't react. It does the opposite of what it's supposed to. Really messes with your red and white blood cells. Okay, so for 20 years, it just progressed, and it progressed rapidly, actually, in the last probably 5 to 10 years of that 20-year period. But as far as being able to function, I couldn't really hold down a job. If I did, it was just a whole system of calling in sick all the time or late or whatever. I mean, lots of pain, lots of nausea. I was on all these medications. So my routine in the morning was to pop all these medications, chug it down with Pepto-Bismol, and then wait, I did this 3 times a day. We're talking, I may have been on 9 medications, but take that times 3. So I was taking a lot of medications. I had all these skin lesions. I couldn't be in the sun. Anybody
Just
with
bruising
lupus-
head to toe. If you guys would see her pictures, like she was just constantly bruised, like head to toe.
Yep, and scabs. I mean, literally, it was like when I would start getting a lesion, it would feel almost like a sliver if your hand went across it. You couldn't necessarily see it, but I knew there was going to be something going on there. It hurt to wear clothes. It hurt to be hugged. It hurt to be touched. Brain fog in the last 5 years was horrible. I mean, 2 years prior to that, the doctor told me that I was right on the verge of onset Alzheimer's. That's how my brain was functioning. Dissociative amnesia, PTSD, my teeth, lost all my teeth. I have a few left on the bottom here now, but I had to have surgery, get them all pulled. And still, until I started patching, I couldn't go and get my implants. I couldn't do anything. So I've been stuck with this stupid, it's not even a real denture. It's like a temporary one, but they just couldn't do anything for me because I didn't have enough gum tissue. Now I'm taking it all the time and I'm whittling on it because it's too damn tight. That means
your
I'm
bones.
going- yeah, my bones and my gum tissue is coming back. And so they sit in my mouth weird now, but I've got appointments coming up, so that'll be great. I went in, I'm going to get some blood tests done. That will be my next big revelation because I had a full blood test drawn up when I was in my accident in January of 2022. I was in a bad accident, which left me with 9 compressed fractures of my spine. I mean, I actually, as far as my growth, I actually lost 1.5 inches of, that's how compressed it was. And I mean, my kidneys were bad, my liver was bad, bladder was bad, my heart, pleurisy. I had a lot going on. I was a wreck, pretty much a total wreck.
Wow. So tell us, you asked the doctor, I'm going to get on this patch. What does the doctor say?
Well, yeah, I called the doctor because, prior to that, my best friend, my bestie, Connie Erlin, she had texted me a couple times and called me and told me about this patch. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, I was going to try it at some point because I've tried everything. I tried every lotion, potion, marijuana, medical marijuana, everything I could get my hands on to see if I could get some relief. And it wasn't working. And having a disease like this for 20 years and being on medications, 20 years is about your max before you've maxed out all your prescriptions as far as, dosages or whatever without, making it lethal. Right. So, anyway, I'd called my doctor and I wanted to go off of some of my medications or whatever, because I'm thinking this patch has drugs in it. I didn't know what it was. So I didn't want it messing with everything else I was on, like anything else could really, have messed it up. But anyway, the big thing is, oh, no, you can't just quit your medications, which I understood, you kind of got to wean yourself off of stuff or whatever. But anyway, in the meantime, that was in July 22nd is when it, which is actually, it's my anniversary today. It's the
It
22nd
is.
day.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So July 22nd of 2022 is when I put my first order in for my patches. I called my girlfriend and I said, okay, I'm ready. I just want the diamond pack. I want the diamond pack because you know what? I figured it out money wise. I'm going to be getting some extra patches. And I knew where I was. I was in horrible, horrible, horrible shape. So I figured it out and I'd have like a year and a half of patches if I got the diamond patch. So
Yeah,
in
good
my mind,
idea.
I'm
Save
like,
money. Save
Yep.
money.
well, and in my mind, I was going to give it a year and a half to
Right.
do something because the last 20 years I've tried everything I could think of under the sun and nothing helped.
Right.
So in my mind, that's what I did. I got my patches and, you know, day 3, total difference. I'm up out of bed. I'm walking down the hallway. My husband's looking at me like, what is going on? What's happening? And I'm just like, you know what? I feel good. And it was about right around that time that I could have got my prescriptions all refilled because he was my drug runner. He'd go get them for me all the time, you know, or
Sure.
whatever. And I said, no, I said, there was just something inside of me. I said, I just really feel good and don't go get them. So we didn't. And I just kept patching and I never did get them refilled. None
Wow.
of them. Now,
No, we don't suggest that for everybody,
no,
but
no.
but no,
Yes,
we don't suggest
because-
that. But
Yeah.
fast
'cause I was
forward,
on
what
some ser-
happened?
Yeah, I was on some serious medications. I mean, serious medications that even my pain medications, I probably would have had to go to rehab to get off of. I mean, seriously, I would have. I mean, we're talking oxycodone, we're talking hydrocodone, you know, bare back and body. I mean, anything I could do to relieve pain. But day 3, I just set it in my mind. I just said it and I was hopeful that these patches were going to work. And I called my girlfriend Connie and I go, something's happening here. Something's really weird. And she's just laughing, you know, she's like, oh, that's great. She knew it. She knew that this was going to help me. And I thank God every day for her. I thank God every day for LifeWave. And I mean, I live life now. You know,
So 1 month, fast forward 1 month on the patches. Tell us what's different. 1 month in.
1 month. Oh, total 100% quality of life changed. What? Hey, babe, did you give me your list? I had my husband's really shy. He doesn't like to be on camera, but I told him, I gave him a list today. I said, top 3 things that you enjoy about your wife since she's been on the patch. Let's see what he wrote. He's a lefty and he writes super small. I love hearing her laugh again.
Wow.
Yep.
Praise the Lord.
Yep. We're going out together again. And then he says, oh, this is going to make me kind of emotional, but he says, no more. First thing I do when I wake up in the morning is have to check if she's breathing.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, and he actually wrote more than 3. He wrote another one. He says, I don't miss her asking me to shoot her because she is in so much pain and misery. I mean, so you guys, the patch isn't just about that person. It's about that person that's taking care of them too.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
in 6 months, you guys, I went to being taken care of, bedridden, to now my husband has his wife back. My children have their mom back. My little dog Sophie has her mom back. I mean, I cannot.
Sophie,
stress
tell about
enough.
Sophie's mouth.
Oh yeah, and my little Sophie's a French bulldog. Here she is, by the way. She's my support animal today. She's sitting right here because I got ready today and put on makeup, and for 20 years I've been with her, and so anytime I touch my purse or put on makeup, she thinks I'm going to leave her. So anyway, but she'll be 11 this September, and she had these growths, like big tumors in her mouth that were growing. I mean, from the top of her mouth all over her teeth and this and that. And I took her to the vet and had her checked out, and they weren't cancerous or anything like that. So with Frenchies, you don't want to put them under anesthesia if you don't want to. So she just said, they're fine. Just, leave them alone until, it would disrupt her eating or something like that. Well, I started patching her too. I put an X39 on her little neck there a couple days a week, and then I put an A on down by her butt. And it's really weird because the whole left side of her mouth, all those tumors have shrunk. Like, I mean, I'm talking before it was like maybe 50%, but now they're all the way up in the roof of her mouth. Like I
Wow.
can see just the knot there, but, and then some on the other side. So I don't know, maybe I got to put the X39 on that side of her face. I don't know.
Well, Mama Kissy, you are such a blessing, and I just adore you, and I just love sharing your story, and your befores and afters are just tremendous. And not only has your husband got his wife back, you are a light for so many people. I see you are a sponsoring machine. You've sponsored a ton of people in this business, and Mama Kissy loves to have fun. So we want to get her on that trip to Florida, to the Merritt's house. There's the upcoming trip that when you hit a certain rank, you can actually go to the Merritt's house, and it's so beautiful with David Schmidt. It'll be awesome. So I expect that your name's going to be on that guest list, Mama Kissy.
Well,
so
I
keep
hope
sponsoring.
so.
Keep patching, and we
I'm
love
gonna show you some dance moves.
That's right. Footloose, baby. Thank you so much for sharing tonight. We love you, Mama
Thank
Kissy.
you.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right, we're going back to the screen share, guys, so we can go back to the flip chart. Now, like Onyx said, if you have not got started yet and you have not gotten patched, this is your moment. This is your time to get back in the saddle like Mama Kissy and like so many others that are taking back their power. Remember, the patch doesn't heal you. God heals you. Your body is actually a healing machine. And so all the patch does is it helps to remove a lot of those blocks that are potentially holding you back from your healing, right? And so I love it. We know this, that at age 30, you have 60% less stem cells. By age 60, you guys, we lose almost them all. The reason my dad it happened so fast, the poor guy, 80 years old, the poor guy had probably 4 stem cells in his whole body. So when he put that patch on, his body's like, oh my gosh, I'm supposed to create stem cells. So like Onyx said, how does it work? It activates that GHK copper peptide, and that peptide is the holy grail of anti-aging. And not only anti-aging, let's just say what it is. Age reversal, as David Schmidt says, right, Onyx? Like, we're not about anti-aging. Yep. We're actually in the age reversal business. We're actually turning back the sands of time, right? So it's made of organic ingredients, the patches, you guys. So when you look at those crystals that are in there, it's pretty much sugar, salt, water, oxygen, natural ingredients. And all they do is they absorb your own body heat. And then when they absorb the heat, they basically push different frequencies of light back into the body that activate the peptides. Now, like Onyx said, this company's been around for a while. It's rock solid, but the explosive growth happened 3 years ago with the launch of the X39 patch. We are the only patch in the entire world, the only technology, in fact, that can activate your own stem cells. It's affordable. It's incredibly easy. I've been a nutrition coach for 25 years, Onyx, and the biggest thing I see is people have a hard time with adherence. You can tell them what to do with their health, and they have a heck of a time doing it, right? Go to yoga every day. Eat right every day, exercise, go for walks. A lot of times adherence is the problem. We have 85-year-old people patching themselves every day saying, Renita, my hemorrhoids are gone since I've been wearing this patch, right? And so the bottom line is, if 85-year-olds can adhere, you guys, we are onto something. The adherence is through the roof. Everybody can do it. David Schmidt, we could talk all day about this guy because he's really, I feel like he's divinely appointed. Over 130 patents. You can just go read about him. He's incredibly, incredibly brilliant, and he surrounds himself with incredibly brilliant people. The patent that Onyx talked about, you guys, this patent is good for another 17 and a half years. So we've got 17 and a half years to reach 1 billion homes, which is David's goal. I don't know about you guys, but Onyx and I are all in, buckled up, out there helping to patch up 1 billion homes, right? So activating our stem cells, what's going to happen? And, Onyx's story about her gums, it's funny because my mom had that same thing happen. I had the whole dentist office signed up after my mom went back in and got her, because she had periodontal disease, Onyx. And she went back to the dentist and they're like, Pearl has a different mouth. Her mouth is different. The hygienist was calling me after her appointment. The entire dental office signed up for the patches because of my mom's teeth. I mean, it was that drastic, right? So, rapid pain relief, reduced inflammation, supports wound healing. We got a dentist, an oral surgeon getting on board, actually got on board already, and he's going to be putting the patches on pre and post operation for implants. He's so fired up about this technology. mental clarity, enhances sports performance. You know, we've got athletes. My son Bo's 22. We've got 3 very athletic sons. Bo's working this business. He signed up a buddy of his from down in Georgia. He's introducing it to an entire university athletic director for their teams so they can get these kids on the patches instead of the pills, like the ibuprofen. So he's got a meeting next week with the entire organization, you guys. We got young people getting on board, and they are changing the way people think. This is so exciting. And so I don't know what it's going to do for you. I can only tell you what it's done for me. With me, it helped me to sleep better, which I had not. I was not a good sleeper for about 9 months. And by the 4th day, I was sleeping through the night. So again, X39, first few days, like Onyx said, 3,000 to 4,000 genes began to reset. Within 6 weeks, your brain becomes balanced. Do you know how many people say, what's it going to do for my brain? You know what I tell them? Well, we've seen a lot of miracles, right? Within 3 months, the collagen is increasing, which is why everybody's skin looks younger and more vibrant, and the liver spots are gone on my face. Within 6 months, heart reverses in age. They did that study where they actually took 15 people. They had them wear only the X39 patch for 12 hours on, take it off for 12 hours at night. And within 6 months, they brought them back in, and 14 of the 15 people had reduced their vascular age by 8 years. 8 years, you guys. I talked to doctors. I talked to a doctor last week. He said the vascularity in most people right now is in fast forward since the pandemic. It's like their arteries, their hearts, everything is aging and fast forward. He said, if you have something that can actually help reverse the vascular age, it's going to save a lot of lives, guys. So again, the patch doesn't heal you. Your body heals you. The patch just puts your body in the position to heal. Onyx mentioned the Start X39 website. It's my favorite website. It's absolutely my favorite website. I share this website with every single person I talk to every single day. Start X39. So if you have not gone there, go there immediately when you're done. Click on the videos. They're 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and one's 18 minutes. Click on every scientific study. Click on everything. I love medical professionals when they ask questions because they like studies. I have them go to Start X39 and click on patents and scientific studies, because we've got 80 of them, guys. We've got 80 clinical studies that doctors love to look at. So send your friends there that are asking questions. Like Onyx said, 12 hours on, 12 hours off. Throw away the patch, put on a fresh patch, super simple. You can wear it really anywhere. The patch is systemic, which means it will do its job wherever you put it. Okay, so you can put it on your cheek, you can put it on your thigh. But when David Schmidt did the scientific studies, they put it on the neck, the C7 on the base of the neck there, or right under the belly button. And that's the small intestine in Chinese medicine. But those 2 places is where they put it. And that was for scientific study purposes. So it'd be relative, right? They didn't want to put them in different spots. And so when you see that, if you don't know where to put it in one of those 2 spots. But honestly, you can put it anywhere. And the results are phenomenal. They're phenomenal. Like, we could just show you one after another. One night I did 2-hour presentation of testimony after testimony after testimony after testimony. They're just
I think
relentless.
we have one more tonight, don't we? Is Valerie
Let's
on
do it.
tonight?
Yeah. So I think that we have a Valerie Woodard. Is Valerie on? Let's see if she can unmute herself here. Hopefully she pops up. Let me see. There they are, Mark and Valerie Woodard.
Yay!
God bless you two. Yes, take it away. Tell us what the patch has done for both of you.
As most of you know, I've had MS for 15 plus years. Nothing as far as medicine wise has helped me. Mark was introduced with the X39 patch by Natalie Wayne, and I said, not now. I'm not going to try anything else. I don't think anything's going to help me. I'm not going to do it. Well, he patched me anyway. So 28 days later, I noticed he did notice that I was able to lift my left leg up a little bit, almost as even as my right leg. I had drop foot on the left side. So falling was an everyday occurrence. After day 28, it seemed like it started moving a little bit forward. I noticed that I could wiggle my toe. I couldn't do that. I started wiggling more of my toes. I was able to wiggle my foot around in circles. I was able to actually lift up my leg without me helping myself, like pick it up and move it over to cross my leg or something like that. So anyway, I'm able to, as probably most of y'all have seen, I fast forwarded to me able to jump rope because I could actually pick up my foot. And then I wanted to challenge riding a bike. I couldn't ride my bike because my left foot would just flop on the pedal. And I was able to take my next door neighbor's bike because I don't own one anymore, and ride around the circle. Actually, my husband, Mark, they followed or was ahead of me videoing me. And my son sitting on the tailgate videoing me riding the bike. They only did it one time around, but I went twice, and Mark had called Gina, and I didn't know he was on the phone. So when I come around the second time, he was standing in the middle of the road, and he was talking to Gina and on FaceTime. And I got on the bicycle. I was jumping up and down. I was so excited. Stuff that I couldn't do, I can do. I haven't fallen in over 2 months, so
Woo!
I'm really well there. I don't know. I just went and had my MRIs done. My regular MS doctor retired, which really stunk because she's treated me for probably the whole 15 years. And I had to see a new doctor. But she followed up in my chart and read over a bunch of things and everything. And she was really shocked at what she's seen. So she said, you haven't had your MRIs done in quite some time. And I said, no, I'm waiting for about 6 months. And then I'll go probably in February. I'll go because I want to see something. And Mark had filled her in on what was going on because she didn't have a clue of why things had changed so, drastically. So I finally went for my MRI of the brain and my cervical spine on the 13th of February. And the doctor messaged me back. The second one today, the cervical was today. The brain came back with no new lesions and no active lesions. Hallelujah.
Wow.
Praise the Lord.
Wow.
Praise the Lord.
Wow.
I know, thank God. And then my cervical spine came back today as the same thing. And I am tickled to death because I have no active lesions and I have no new lesions. So I can't thank this patch and David Smith for inventing it. I know my body has to do the reversing and stuff like that. And my body is the one, treating me. The X39, no, I won't ever. I can afford $99 a month, I think, to continue on. And for those that, we always have to say, I can't afford it. Well, I'm sorry. I know you can. If you really want to change your life, there you go. It surely has changed mine.
Amen. It's less than a Starbucks a day, Valerie.
I know, right? Absolutely. And I don't do Starbucks.
Right. And Mark, have you had great results as well? Because I'm sure you're just in awe filming this woman biking. Like I can just imagine the scenario there.
I'm just the sidekick nowadays. So yeah, so I'm a registered nurse for 24 years. So the only thing I had partially torn my right rotator cuff, helping her father try to pull start a generator back during one of the hurricanes. So that would hurt me from time to time, and my right hip would always bother me at the hospital. I didn't notice that I had stopped limping and everything because I was too worried about filming her and getting all her stuff out. And then she's the one who actually pointed out that, you're not limping anymore. How's your shoulder? So I've got complete range of motion with everything. So nothing hurts me. And the hip hasn't bothered me at all in months and months and months. So those are the only things that I actually had going on. Everything I've done is look for stuff for her. So.
Tell me, Mark, because I'm bringing in all these nurses, right? I feel like nurses are a lot of them lost their jobs. Let's just say it. Like from the financial standpoint, a lot of lost their jobs if they chose not to be vaccinated. They no longer had employment. This is a huge opportunity for so many medical professionals in general, but nurses especially. I feel like they care so deeply, right? Which is why you're, filming your wife and not worried about your shoulder, but they care so deeply.
Right.
And so it's such a great tool for them to be able to create some income while still serving and loving up on others and helping others get well, right?
Correct. And I was one of those people that was very close. And all of a sudden I had a few doctors make a few specific calls up to Delaware. And all of a sudden I've got a pass that I didn't have to have it done. So I got out of it, but a lot of the people at the facility I'm at actually lost their jobs, but I got a pass on it for, they didn't want me to leave. So they made it to where I could stay.
Awesome.
That's
Good
beautiful.
for you. And have you shared it with any of your other colleagues? They got to see your wife's
Absolutely.
story and be so inspired, right?
Oh, yeah. Yep. I put patches on 3 people yesterday just at the hospital.
Awesome.
Beautiful.
Wow, you guys are just amazing. Thank you so much for sharing all of that. And we just continue to pray over you, Valerie, that though you'd have to, I mean, I hope next time the lesions are like gone. Like what happened to them? Wouldn't that
I
be
know,
something?
right?
Yeah.
I know.
I love
Me
it. So
too.
thank you guys so much for sharing tonight. We just appreciate you.
Thank
What a
you.
blessing both
Thank
of you are
you.
to this entire organization. Thanks. So Onyx, I mean, we could just go on and on with these testimonies, right? And we know that for everybody, they're watching tonight for something different. Some of you are watching because you want health. You're listening to these stories and maybe you're inspired. Like I told Onyx when I started, I'm like, you know what? Healing is contagious. Belief is contagious. You get around people that are getting well and you start believing that you can get well, right? And the truth is
And
we
you
can.
can.
We can, because God
You
designed our
can.
bodies to heal. So it just takes something different. Maybe some of you, this is outside of your realm and outside of your box, but I'm telling you, like I tell everybody, it's worth a shot. What do you have to
Yep.
lose? It's worth a shot, right? You just have, what do you have to lose? Your symptoms. That's what you have to lose. So,
Yeah.
you know, I'm going to hand it over to Onyx because she's going to talk a little bit more about the business opportunity, and corporate is offering an incredible promotion right now, along with this great upcoming event at Stephen Gina's, which I'm hoping to be there, Onyx. I know you will be too.
Oh,
And so
yay. Yes, I will.
let's talk about the aspect of, you know, where's this thing going? What do we have our hands on here?
Perfect. So I don't know if you remember, but Renita and I were actually in a network marketing opportunity. We weren't in the same team at all, but we built a business back when the United States was going into a recession. And we drove a company, an MLM company, to $1 billion in sales in the first 3.5 years. And the reason that's so neat is that when you drive a network marketing company to $1 billion in sales, that means they're paying out $600 million to regular people like you and me. So the people that ran with us last time, that jumped on the rocket ship with us last time, they didn't participate in that recession that was going on in the United States of America. This time around, it's looking like we're going to go into a global recession. And I think I heard the month of January, there were more car repossessions than any other month in the history of the United States. And MSM is not, mainstream media is not reporting this at all. So your friends need you to take a chance and put a sticker on them, put a patch on them, not just because they need better health, but also because most of them are looking for an extra way to make some money. So the neat thing about this system and the neat thing about building this business is you can build this business in the nooks and crannies of your life. If you guys can see, I'm actually in my car tonight. And the reason I'm in my car is because my daughter just bought her first home. And so I drove all the way down the Keys to go to the closing and be there with her. Even though I knew I had this meeting, I knew I would be able to do this meeting, because that's a beautiful part of this business, is we can do this in the nooks and crannies of our life. So we have a very simple system. As Renita mentioned earlier, we have an amazing prospecting website called startx39.com. When you go to that website, you will notice that we don't take any data at all. So you can share that website with your friends. And then for your friends to join the business, they need to come back to you in order to join. This company is a binary, which means you're going to build 2 teams, a left team and a right team. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time going into that today because this is just an opportunity call. We'll spend some more time on that training on Saturday. We do also have an entire training website, which is build331.com. Everything is completely free, you all. That is your 9 steps to success. And I always say, go on there when you've got extra time, but you do not need to know everything in order to be able to build this business. The best way to build this business is in the nooks and crannies of your life. So it's different than a traditional business. At a traditional business, you're going to show up and you're going to go to work typically 9 to 5, and you're in an office, that sort of thing. With this sort of thing, you're going to be plugging into us. And the beautiful thing, the blessing, that network marketing got out of that pandemic is that now everyone is comfortable to be on a Zoom, and we're able to build our business literally sitting in our pajama pants if we want, and with just a nice shirt on, and you're in a Zoom and nobody knows you're still in your pajama pants. So you're going to plug into these meetings. You're going to invite your friends and your contacts to these meetings. We do these meetings on Monday night at 8 p.m., on Wednesday night at 8 p.m., on Thursday night at 8 p.m. We do it as well in Spanish. And on Friday, we do a 30-minute opportunity meeting at noon Eastern. So you can find the specifics of that right on the Build 331 page, but it's exactly the same as the way you got in here tonight. And then on Saturdays at 1 o'clock, every Saturday, we do a training. The other thing you're going to want to do is go to the Onyx Cole Network Marketing is what it's called, YouTube page. I would subscribe to that. And I have a marketing team, and they put up 1 or 2 videos a day onto that page. So you want to be subscribed there. There's tons of information, tons of ways that you can learn this business. And then, of course, you want to join us on our team Facebook page. We have more than 7,000 people in this 3.5 short years that are already part of our Facebook page. It's absolutely incredible to watch everything grow. And it's growing because this X39 patch works. So corporate has an amazing promotion. It's one of my favorite promotions that's going on right now. It goes on until Sunday, and it's extra cash into everybody's hands. They earn the extra cash when you upgrade, when the people that you have already sponsored in the business upgrade. So whether they upgrade from silver to gold or silver to diamond, you'll earn a different amount. Or when you enroll brand new people, you can earn up to an additional $300 for enrolling a brand new diamond. So normally it's a $500 bonus if you're in your first 90 days of personally enrolling a diamond. And in this week, anybody who personally enrolls a diamond, you're going to get an extra $300 bonus. So it's a fantastic promotion. It's a great help, an extra boost for everybody in your businesses. And so you earn that bonus if on all the people that you've personally sponsored or that you will personally sponsor during this week. So whether you're upgrading your personals that are already in the business or whether you personally sponsor somebody new.
And just let me say, when you upgrade, you get free patches. So I'm pretty crazy about saving money over here, Onyx. And so when people say, why do I want to upgrade to diamond? Well, a couple of reasons you want to upgrade to diamond. Number one is more patches. You get 90 free patches, 3 sleeves of free patches when you upgrade to diamond. That's a big deal, you guys. That's like $300. In addition to that, you stay active for 3 full months in your business. So if you are sharing with others, you are considered active for 3 full months. And the third reason is they pay you more money when you're a diamond and you're sponsoring other diamonds. So those are 3 really huge reasons that everybody should go in tonight and hit the upgrade button. We upgraded on the 3rd day. We started with gold, onyx, and on the 3rd day we upgraded to diamond because we needed the patches. Like, we are in the business, the patching business. If you don't have patches, if you're being stingy with your patches, it's probably because you don't have any and you're wanting to keep the ones you have for yourself. It's so important that you have extra patches, because then you're going to really feel like, just like how, he told us that, Valerie and her husband told us that he patched 3 people yesterday. Well, if you have patches, you're going to be patching people. If you don't have patches, you're not patching anybody. And so when Onyx explains her system, build331.com, love it. That means we're patching 3 people a day. You're patching 3 people a day. So that means you're going to need some extra patches. So if you're just on a 1 sleeve smart ship, auto ship, it's going to be hard for you to do that 331, right? Someone's not getting patches. It might be you. So make sure that you do the upgrade to diamond. I think it's so important, Onyx, especially with this promotion. Call your teams.
I agree. I think that's absolutely fantastic. Here's the slide. If you all have a camera, take a picture of this slide. This is how you all connect with us. We can't find you. You've got to find us. So I've talked about some of the different places, but I'd take a picture of that and then go back and connect with each one of those so that you're connected with us. Then the next thing I'm going to tell you is that we are, as Renita mentioned earlier, we're in the middle of a 90-day run to get all of you all to senior director. And we put together an unbelievable party at Steve and Gina Merritt's home, and David Schmidt is actually going to be there. So anybody who has hit senior director since January 1st of 2023 to now, you have to have held it at least 2 weeks. You will be on the invitation list, and we will look forward to hanging out together breaking bread, having dinner together. If you've never been to the Merritt's house, it's absolutely phenomenal. It's an amazing place that, frankly, network marketing built, because network marketing is real. And I spent my whole life running from network marketing thinking, that can't be a real business. And it is. It's a real business. It's a real residual business where regular people like you and me can earn 4, 5, 6, even 7 figures. I have multiple people in my organization that are already earning 7 figures. And as I mentioned earlier, my organization is only 3.5 years young. So the system works, the product works. The question is whether or not you're going to activate yourself in the business. We're inviting you to lock arms. We've done this before. We know what it looks like. We want to run with you. You've got to decide to run, because I learned a long time ago, this is not an entitlement business. I'm not dragging any horses up the hill, because once I get you to the top of the hill, I've never figured out how to get that horse to drink. So I finally figured out, stop dragging people up the hill. They got to walk up the hill right beside me so that we can build this business together. So you got to want it. In network marketing, you got to want it. So whoever invited you on this call, you want to go back to them in order to get started in the business. I love what Gina says. Do not put your head on the pillow and go to sleep tonight before you get yourself signed up into this business. You can join us tomorrow night, same place, same time, for a Spanish meeting. If you have people in Europe, they can join us at noon Eastern. And of course, you can join us at noon Eastern. We run it pretty sharp to a 30-minute meeting in case everybody's on a lunch break on Friday. And then we'd love to see you on a Saturday at 1 o'clock Eastern for our training. That's the sign-up sheet. Somebody would have sent you either that sign-up sheet, or they would have sent you a link for you to be able to join in this business, either as a customer or as a brand partner, in order to be able to utilize this amazing X39 product. So what a fantastic call. Renita, do you want to say anything else before we close tonight?
Yeah, I say get started right now. Don't wait another minute. I think that people sometimes, waiting and over analysis leads to paralysis, right? And people do absolutely nothing. And you don't know if making the decision tonight is going to change your life or the life of someone around you that you love and care about. And that might be health. And Onyx, that might be wealth. Like you said, people are struggling. There's been more repossessions of cars than ever before in the history. People are praying for a financial opportunity. And I'm a health coach. And I'm going to tell you, the number one cause of health problems is stress. Well, guess the number one cause of stress? Financial stress. And so we actually have a solution that we can offer to others. So don't be afraid of talking about it.
And you know what we didn't mention tonight?
What?
We didn't even mention the money back guarantee. Oh my gosh, silly us. So you all, one of the great things is this product actually works. And it works so well that David Schmidt offers all of the brand partners a 30-day money back guarantee on your products, and all of the distributors who come, the customers who come in, a 90-day money back guarantee. So this is really a risk-free trial for you. We had almost 600 people on this Zoom call tonight. I have no idea yet how many people were on the YouTube Live at the same time, but this is your chance. This is your time, not just to bring yourself better health, but also to bring yourself better wealth. We want you to run with us. I will look forward to seeing you either tomorrow night, Friday afternoon, or Saturday for the training. So thank you so much for joining us tonight. Renita, you were fantastic as always.
Thank you. I appreciate
always
you.
a pleasure to see you.
I want to say one thing. In scripture in James, it says, every good and perfect gift comes from heaven, the giver of light. And I love that verse, because I feel like all of us are light workers out there sharing this incredible message and helping others. So get out there, patch up your friends, family, loved ones, and get started tonight and upgrade. We'll see you guys hopefully at the Merritt's
It's a fantastic week to build a business. Yes, we will. See you all either on one of the other opportunity meetings or Saturday night. Have a great, or Saturday afternoon, excuse me. Everybody have a great